Isaac, 4 items. Okay.
Success is walking from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm by Winston Churchill. Now, keeping the quote in mind, let's get started with the session for the day. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Isaac Franklin, and I'm a student at Andhra University Electrical Department. I will guide you through the agenda and proceedings of today's events. A warm welcome to all the speakers, guests, and attendees. Thank you for joining us today. Let's make the most of this occasion to engage and make meaningful connections. Before we begin, I request all of you to give yourselves an introduction. Starting from myself, I'm Isaac Franklin. I'm a student at Andhra University Electrical Department.
From the
I am Murli. I will be speaking today on IPR, and I am from Novel Patent Services.
I am G. Haman. I am from AEC Engineering College. I am studying EC branch and fourth year.
Myself, J. Deepika from Andhra University EC Department.
Good evening, everyone. Myself, Sahil Tamudu. I am in BDA in Andhra University.
I'm Sanjana. I'm from Andhra University School of Business.
Happy evening, business enthusiasts. Happy evening, business enthusiasts. I am Reshma from AU Incubation Center.
Good evening.
And Haika, student at Andhra University from Department of Statistics.
Good evening to one and all. I am Pallavi. I am Department of Statistics from Andhra University.
Good evening. Myself Meghna. I am student at Andhra University from the Department of Statistics.
Good evening. I'm Geeta from Statistics Department at Andhra University.
Good evening. I am Pragya Bhavani. Andhra University in the Department of Statistics.
Good evening. I am Jyotini and I am from Department of Statistics.
Good evening. I am Priya from the Department of Statistics at Andhra University.
Good evening to everyone. I am Nancy from Statistics at the Andhra University.
Good evening everyone, I am Santoshi Gonela. I am from AU, Department of Statistics.
Good evening to all. I am P. Raghuroshni and I am from Statistics Department.
Hello everyone. My name is Sushmita. I am from Chemical Department, Engineering.
Hi everyone. My name is Navin Sai. I'm co-founder and COO for Tones Fashion and Ashpur Academy. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Raj Jaswan. I am student at Andhra University College of Engineering in Electrical Department.
Good evening everyone. My name is Suresh. I am from Andhra Pradesh near Vijayawada. I am a graduate and I am doing 4 years of research about different types of startups. I am here to come for something help from AF. I am expecting investors help from AF. Thanks.
Hi guys, this is Rajesh and I am currently pursuing CSC third year in Andhra University. Thank you.
Hello guys, myself Ramtes. I am pursuing BTech third year EEE.
Good evening, everyone. This is Prakash.
Hello everyone, I am Danesh. I am currently working as an operations executive at AHUB.
Thank you. Here are a few ground rules before we commence the meeting. Kindly switch your mobile phones to silent mode. We request that you refrain from entering or exiting the session while a speaker is delivering the presentation. Please wait until the speaker concludes the session. Please refrain from engaging in crosstalk or side conversations. Kindly note that the startup pitch is allowed a maximum of 10 minutes, followed by a 5-minute Q&A session. We kindly ask all presenters to adhere to the allocated time to ensure a smooth flow of the event. Also, the idea pitches is allotted a maximum time of 10 minutes, 6 to 7 minutes to present and 3 to 4 minutes for Q&A session. We request that audience members reserve the questions for the designated Q&A session. With that, let us begin the Startup Start Day session. The primary objective of Startup Start Days is to inspire, motivate, and provide valuable assistance to founders. We aim to foster a supportive environment where insightful comments and helpful advice are shared among participants. Together, let us work towards nurturing innovative ideas and fostering entrepreneurial development. Without further ado, let me introduce one of the speakers for the day. Our featured speaker is Mr. Murali Krishna Patadi. With over 17 plus years of experience in the field of intellectual property rights, he is the Director of Novel Patent Services, Novel IPR Academy, and Managing Partner of Novel Innovation Design Studio. He is a postgraduate in biomedical and graduate in chemical engineering, complemented by certifications in IPR, Six Sigma, and TRIZ, making him a versatile expert in patent-related solutions and innovation strategies. Let's welcome Mr. Krishna Patadi with a round of applause. Welcome, sir.
अच्छा मुरली पट्टा दिया मुरली तो मिलेगा
Sorry for the delay, guys. We'll be back in session in 2 to 5 minutes, please. Mr. P. Lokesh from AK Innovations is presenting.
most of you are new to this IPR, and a few are there who are very much aware of IP. I think today we will be talking about, like, I'll be just giving you an intro about intellectual property rights. Most of you might be knowing, but just what is the need of IPR and different forms of IPR, and how exactly it is used in different kinds of strategies used by different startups. So a few examples of startups which actually had a very good IP strategy and they became successful. Of course, you might be knowing them, but still, I'll try to give from my side whatever is possible. And this is the most common slide you might be knowing. So first, what is intellectual property rights? Whatever we get from our brain, or whatever we design, or what we think uniquely apart from others, in whatever form you do, like whatever comes out from your brain can be protected as intellectual property rights. So we need to decide in what form we need to protect our unique ideas. There are different forms of intellectual property rights. The one is patents, trademarks, copyrights, geographical indications, and industrial designs, trade secrets. We will not be going in detail about all these things, but we'll just know what is a patent. I think you might be knowing anything, whatever you invent, or what is not there, or when you try to solve a problem which is existing in a existing product or any solution or in any methodology, whatever we use. If you try to solve a problem, you will come up with a new idea or new technology or new solution where you can overcome that solution. If that is a unique thing and if it satisfies particular rules of patents, it can be protected under patents. And trademark, it is the most common thing, and you people know, and you are aware of different kinds of trademarks, different brands. In a common man's language, we call them as brands. But how do we protect? Everything can be discussed in detail when we go through trademark section, trademark part of the presentation. And when it comes to copyright, so whatever expression we give, when I am trying to talk, when I am trying to explain, if my explanation is different and my method of explanation is different, though everything is known to you, how do I explain to you can also be protected as copyright. Suppose, for example, the same Pythagoras theorem you will find in state syllabus textbook, CBSE textbook, and everything. But each and every textbook will be protected under copyright. So copyrights will be given only for expressions, not for unique ideas. When it comes to patents, patents will be given for unique ideas when you come up with new ideas which were not there till date. And you are the first person to come up with those solutions or those ideas, if you are the first person, you will be given a patent. But when it comes to copyrights, though it is not a new idea, and your method of expression is different, and how do you represent that information can be protected as copyright. Some of the examples of copyrights, most of you know, music, photographs, drawings, or even literary books, textbooks. All these books would be coming under copyrights. So because today I will be taking you through in detail, maybe a few more slides in patents, trademarks, and designs, but I will not go in detail on copyrights or geographical indications or trade secrets. So we'll try to talk some more lines about copyrights. So in order to understand what exactly is a copyright, is to have a better understanding. When you both, let us say two people are walking on a beach road and early in the morning, and those two people have seen sunrise and they feel like it is very beautiful and the scenery is very good, so they want to take a photograph of it. and both had different cameras, and both captured the same picture with their own styles and with their own cameras. So they came up with different photographs which are very beautiful, and now you will get two different copyrights on each photograph. So because my way of expression, my way of capturing the image will be different, and the person who is coming with me or my friend who is coming with me, the way he captures the same sunrise, the same beach and everything, how does he capture will be different. Though the ingredients or the features whatever we capture might be the same thing, but how we capture and how we make it more beautiful will be protected under copyrights. In the same way, the same concepts, how do I explain, will be protected under copyrights in books and everything. So copyrights is a very big subject, and most of the times when you try to come up with different ideas, some people don't know that they won't check whether it would qualify for a patent or for a copyright. They generally go with copyright, and they generally go and publish, like they don't actually even protect copyright, they will generally directly go and publish in science journals like Elsevier or some Scopus, some kind of scientific books or magazines or something like that. And those, by default, those companies would provide you copyright protection, and of course to whom those rights will be given based on your agreement with those people, those will be decided. So naturally, like you need to decide. In suppose if you come up with a new idea and you feel like this is unique and you want to protect it, first you need to decide which form of IP would protect your idea. So when it comes to inventions which are not there till date and which are new to the world, will be protected as patents, and the expressions, though it is not a new idea, the method of expression is new, or it is very entertaining, or it is very catchy, or something like that, something very much interesting, all those can be protected under copyrights. So next, coming to geographical indications, it is like based on location. Like suppose for example, to understand easily, when we try to explain you, like Assam tea is there. Suppose if you take Assam tea, the flavor of it, the color of it, texture of it, all these things would have some special features when compared to other forms of tea when you get from different parts of India or different parts of any world, like world. So naturally, some people would be liking only Assam tea, and they would be preferring only Assam tea. So how do we protect, or how do we have monopoly of that, or how do we take advantage, or economically how do we take advantage of such kind of things? Is geographical indications is one of the solutions. Like suppose for example, I live in Nilgiri Hills, and if my someone likes my tea and from Nilgiri Hills, so I can brand my tea under Nilgiri Teas, and those properties whichever would accompany with Nilgiri tea will be protected under geographical indications, and they can start selling it. So suppose for example, someone has grown some tea plantation in Aruku, and they want to sell it as Nilgiri tea. They cannot sell because there are some geographical indications, and there will be some taste differences between the tea which we grow in Assam or Nilgiri and the tea which we grow in Aruku. So based on all those things, for such kind of protections, geographical indication is the best solution what we can utilize. Suppose for example, it need not be speciality of the product only because of your environment. Sometimes if you consider tea, it might be because of environment. Maybe the soil is different, environment is like climate is different, and whatever other features which influence the product output, whatever we get from it, all those things would give some impact on the kind of product we get. So such kind of specialty products can also be protected under geographical indications. Sometimes what would happen is, it need not be only because of climatic conditions. Sometimes because of that place, by DNA, like some skill will be inherited in the people who live in that area. Like when we see some of the examples based on inherited skill, what we call as Etukopaka Bommalu toys, what we call, or even Kolkata Rasgulla. So people might be trying to prepare the same Kolkata Rasgulla here, but the flavor you get here might be different when compared to Kolkata. So the people who do that, because they regularly do that and they might be doing from their ancestors, and so they can get some flavor in it and they will get some very good taste in it, and people what people might like it. So even skill of the people based on their location, based on their inherited like because of their ancestors, whatever they inherit, can also be protected under geographical indications. So geographical indications can be protected based like whatever products, like what we get based on the location, based on geography of from where it has originated, will be protected under geographical indications. Sometimes the product quality or the speciality to the product you will be getting based on climatic conditions. Sometimes you get the speciality in the product based on your inherited skill set you get from your DNA or your from ancestors. So all those will be protected under geographical indications. How do we protect, and all these things you will be learning in when you attend some other IPR conferences. Here we will just try to know different forms of IPR. That's it. The second one, the next one is industrial design. So whenever you come up with a new design to a product, existing product or any product, you can protect it as industrial design. Then what is the difference between a patent and an industrial design? Is in industrial design only aesthetic appearance of the product will be protected. The underlying utility or underlying purpose of it or problem solving solution will not be protected under industrial designs. So only the shape will be protected under industrial designs. Here if you see the same Coca-Cola bottle, the shape of it is protected under industrial design. And it protects only aesthetic appearance and it will not protect any functional or utility behind those designs or anything. Sometimes you need not have new utility because of this shape. Only the appearance, if it impresses people, they can build some brand and they can build value to their products. So those can be protected under industrial design. And when it comes to trade secret, and the earlier thing, if you take a Coke bottle, the Coke, whatever you are talking about, is the composition of Coke. It seems that it is a trade secret, and only a few people know the formula of Coca-Cola, and most of the people don't know what is the formula. But many people tried using reverse engineering technologies and many people said that this is the formula of Coke, but they did not acknowledge, yes, this is the my formula, and they still maintained it as a trade secret. So when we say what is a trade secret, like when we say the information whatever we try to protect, and based on our protected information, if we try to exploit the secret information and get advantage, economical advantage, or have an advantage in our business, that whatever information we protect it as a secret will be called as trade secret. Or any secret information which is protected would help us in building our business or giving an edge over others, over our competitors, will be considered as a trade secret. So any information which you keep it as a secret, but it helps you in building your business, will be considered as trade secret. So what is a trade secret? Sometimes the formula of a chemical composition can be a trade secret, and sometimes even you call invoices or pricing structure you give to your clients can also be a trade secret. And any algorithms you use, if you don't want to give it openly to the public, can also be protected as a trade secret. Most of the times making methodology or process will not be given to the public. All those would be considered as trade secrets. How do we protect those trade secrets? Is like it depends. Like if it is, suppose for example, if you want to protect information of it, like you will not give access to each and every people, like every person, like it will be restricted, access will be restricted to only certain people, and before giving it to even to the restricted people, it will be clearly given, like they will be given instructions that this is a trade secret information and you are not supposed to disclose to anyone else, and you got to have proper documentation stating that you are not supposed to disclose, and you need to have proper agreements, and everything should be in place before when we try to protect these trade secrets. Sometimes these trade secrets would help to build our business in multiple folds, and it is very, very important how do we protect. There is no direct protection to the trade secret. Only thing what you have is how do you protect once it gets violated, or once someone takes away your trade secret. Only then, if you can prove before court stating that someone has stolen my trade secret, only then it will be considered as a trade secret, and court would evaluate whether this is a trade secret information or not. How does it evaluate whether this is a trade secret information or not? They have certain procedures. They would see that did you take care of protecting it, and what measures you have taken. Do you really have agreements to disclosing to different people stating that this is a trade secret information and you are not supposed to use it. All those measures did you take or not? They would examine, court would examine, and then they would consider it to be a trade secret, and based on their trials they would decide they really have stolen the trade secret information or not. And most of you know what is a trademark. So these are some of the examples of trademarks. And when you see TM, SM and R, when we say TM is like when I apply for a trademark, and if I design a different logo or a different name or coin a name, and if I want to protect it as my trademark or in the form of word mark or logo, then once I apply for it, it will be given as TM. So before going to that, there are two things in trademarks. One is word mark and the other one is logo. Suppose for example I come up with a name, like suppose for example if you take Novel Patent Services, I can protect it as a word mark as well as a logo. Logo means the pictorial depiction of your design, your logo or your business identity or mark, the mark which represents your business. So there are two forms of protecting your trademark. One is word mark, the other one is logo. In trademark office we call them as devices. So if we try to protect Novel Patent Services as a name, and if we can get trademark registration for that name, today I might be writing in a different style, and tomorrow you can write it in a different style. So I will be having exclusive right on the name or on the particular word. So I can write the name in different forms in whatever way I want, because I have right on that name. Suppose if you get right on only logo or on the design or on the picture, whatever you want to protect or you want to use it, then you will get right only on that. If you change colors of it, or if you change the style of writing of your business name, everything, then again you are not protected under trademark law. Someone can come and they can change the style of writing and they can easily use your trademark. So there are two different forms of protecting it. One is word mark and the other one is logo. So it's generally, if it is altogether a new word, if you are coming up with a new word to protect your business or to build your brand value, it is always advised to go for two kinds of protection. One is word mark as well as the style of writing. Because what will happen, suppose if we get a right on word mark, we will be having, like today our designers or our marketing team might decide that we will go with this style, but sometimes after a while when we go into the market, we might feel that we want to change the style of writing. Then if we change, again you will not be having the right on it. So generally what people do is they will try to protect it as word mark as well as in designs. But when do we go only with logos is some name will already be there, and if you still wanted to use that, only thing is you want to extend beyond that. Suppose for example, my company name is Novel, and tomorrow you want to come with Novel IT Solutions, and if I don't protect it as a word mark, and someone has protected it as we might be protecting it as a word mark as well as a trademark, but our word mark is Novel Patent Services. Someone might have come up with Novel IT Solutions. So then for him word mark will not be granted, but if he comes up with a different logo and different style of writing, only for that logo they will be permitting, but name as such they will not be allowed to use, and they will not be given right on word. They will be given only on the design. So the initial person, like initial company which files on word mark as well as on design, like suppose for example Novel Patent Services, because I have protected it under word mark, someone will not be allowed to protect it, though the extensions of the name changes, like Novel IT Solutions or Information Technology Solutions are changing. Though it is changing, they will not be allowing them to have a trademark on it. Only designs will be allowed. So there are some different advantages of having both, and it depends, like based on your business needs, we will try to suggest you in what form you got to protect it. And when it comes to TM, SM and R, most of the times we see on different names of the boards, on boards we see on top right hand corner or some on corner you will be seeing like TM or an SM. When we write TM, it is still in application stage and we are not granted a patent. Sorry. When we write R in a circle, then it is registered. That means that company or that logo was granted to a particular company, and he has the right on that trademark. And when it comes to SM, some people want to clearly depict that this is a services company, and they can name it as SM when they are still in application stage. Like the trademark office will not be granting them till still it is in application stage, but it is not granted. People generally write either TM or SM based on what kind of service they are giving. Suppose if that company is under services, they will be writing as SM, and if that company deals with different kinds of products and everything, they can go with TM. Even some services companies can also use TM, because most of the people know what is TM, and they can though they get grant, still they use TM only because people can recognize that okay, it is protected. Only then they will be recognizing that still it is protected. If you write R, they might not be knowing what is R, but if you write TM, people would recognize it. So sometimes what will happen is, though it is granted, people will not change it to R. They still continue with TM. Normally, as per patent office law, when we write TM or SM, it is still in the application stage. Trademark office did not grant, and when we write R, it is granted. For 1 year or 2 years, they might allow. If you write like this, if someone complains, again they need to pay penalties to them. So these are different kinds of trademark protections. If you see, for a product you can protect it, for a service you can protect, for shape, even for the pattern also can be protected under trademarks, packages, everything, like even for certification mark, all those marks can also be group of industries. Oh. You know all these FFS, this is for food and this is for different kinds of services as well as the products. And general, if you see channel, these are some of the examples, like how counterfeits would come. All these are wrong, like all these are counterfeits only. These are not the originals. And if you see here, only Pulsar is the original one, and rest of the things are not original. And you know, in our Vizag itself, you have all these 5. KFC has registered long before, and now even these people are getting for these names, because trademark has some kind of statutes which states that if you have very good business and you have established in the business, and because KFC did not stop these people from using it, so they could get some registrations, like though Deccan Fried Chicken did not get, but DFC have come. Someone is using DFC, but it's not Deccan Fried Chicken. And McDonald's and McDowell's, if you can see. And even the trademark types, even the Taj, this is also a trademark. Even the shape of a building can be protected as a trademark. And what are the uses of a trademark? If you see, even a product or service can be protected. And you would build a brand. The moment you see a particular symbol, people would relate to the quality you get, the cost it would be, and the durability of it. Everything they can relate from where it has come and everything. So it creates some brand value to that. Based on that, people or customers would try to pick that product. And the main purpose of it is, if you see the same MFC, KFC and everything, if you have a proper trademark and if you have a proper strategy, you can stop your competitors from using your marks. And this is generally how exactly, if you define different kinds of trademarks, there are the kinds, how do you define? Like some people would define the trademark on their own, like they generally design on their own, like they mix different kinds of words, like let us say M from my name and some K from someone else, and they design, they coin those words. Those will definitely get grant. And when it comes to arbitrary words, though they doesn't mean what they're building, their business is all about. You know all those names. For example, Apple is there. Before use, of course, if it is now it is a well-known mark. Before Apple was granted a trademark, Apple is known to everyone, but everyone knows only it as a fruit. Nobody knows that it can be branded for a company or to a product. After that, those are known things, but it's for a different kind of purpose they'll be using it. And the other one would be suggestive words. By the time, the moment you see those words, people can sometimes expect that this product, based on that name, they can expect might be this is the product or this might be the service. So that is the reason they might have kept this. And the descriptive thing is, suppose for example, if I start a vegetable shop and if I name it as Green Groceries, naturally the name itself would tell me like what I am trying to sell. So these are called descriptive, and some are generic, they would try to sweets, Indian, like of course Indian sweets is there again, to some extent, even then it can be generic. So if you see the method of granting a trademark, this would be the thing. The first, you will not have any objection or opposition for the first one. When it comes down, like people will not be getting grants for these things. So when you name, based on that you can decide how do you do that. And when you get a grant for a trademark, it will be given for 10 years and you can renew it every 10 years. So based on your business. There are 45, the moment you want to protect your product under a trademark, you will have 45 classes. We need to decide in what class your business would fall. Based on that, you got to protect. There are 45 classes. In that, 35 classes would be on products and 10 classes would be on services. And now we know what is industrial designs. Industrial designs is all about aesthetic appearance or shape of a product. So you can protect even that. So you can protect a chair-like kind of thing. Here, what you are seeing here. And the purpose of it will not be protected. Even the comic characters can be protected under industrial designs. And if you see a clip or even a toy or the shape of a bottle, perfume bottle can also be protected under industrial designs. Here, the purpose behind why do we design that is not important to the industrial designs thing. It is only for artistic view and only to attract customers. Those unique designs which would differentiate your product from others would be protected under industrial designs. So even the Apple store is also protected under industrial designs in US, not here. Some buildings can also be protected under industrial designs. they examine based on these three criteria. One is new, the other one is original, and it should have an individual character. First, new is it should not be there, like that design should not be used before, and you are the first person to use that new design. And the second one would be original, like you got to define and you got to design it based on copying, or you should not copy from others, and it should have a differentiating factor from your competitors. And when it comes to patents, we discussed like for inventions, especially it can be a chemical composition or a mechanical thing or any other products. When we solve a problem, when we try to define patent, like when we try to solve different, when we invent something, all those would be coming under protected under industrial design, patents. And you have products and processes can also be protected. Only thing is software as such. I see most of the people who have attended, like before many people have come, they introduced that they have come from statistics, and if you define a methodology, how do I calculate some kind of like how do I do survey or something like that, as such they cannot be protected. If I say that by using a app I can do a different kind of statistics or different kind of survey, those can be protected under patents. That we need to dig and we need to examine, and we need to say how do we protect that. By the moment you apply for a patent, it will not be protected. You got to request the patent office to protect it. And these are some of the important features of the patent office. And patent term is for 20 years. For trademarks it is 10 years, and for patent it is 20 years. And they would mainly examine on three features. One, it should be a new thing, novel, and it should have an inventive step. And the other one is it should have an industrial applicability. When we say new, it should not be there anywhere in the world. Like suppose for example, patents or any IP, any kind of IPR is a geographical right. Like suppose if I want to have right or monopoly on my technology or unique way of thinking in India, I need to file an application in India and I need to get a right here. If I want to have a right in other country, I need to file a separate application there and I need to get right from that patent office or trademark office or industrial design office. So it is a geographical right. It's not there is no patent like if you try to file a patent here in somewhere, and if I say that it is an international application, it will not be granted. You got to file wherever you feel that your product will have some kind of market. Only then you will go into those markets, and there you will be trying to file a patent. Suppose for example, you have invented a water heater or room heater, and you wanted to file for it. Suppose for that you don't find a market in Dubai, so there is no point in filing a patent application in Dubai, and you can file somewhere like in countries where it is too cold or where you have snowfall and everything. If you file there, you can definitely have a market there. So based on your marketing strategies, based on your market you have, you got to decide where do you need to file patent applications, and you need to file in those countries. Or any other IP right, you got to file in all those jurisdictions wherever you want to have. So it is a geographical right, so you got to file wherever you. So again, now when it comes to patent, it will be decided on three things. One is it should be novel, and the other one is it should have an inventive step, and the third one is it should have an industrial applicability. When we say novel, though I might be filing a patent application only in India and I don't want to file in any other country. Suppose if I want to have a patent here, you might say that nobody is using it in India. I am the first person to do or use or resolve that problem. Though you might be saying that if someone uses in Brazil or someone uses in any other part of the world, it will not be considered as novel. So for any patent, it should be novel. It should be new to the world. It should be new on the earth. And the other one is new means or what is an inventive step? Like for example, there should be a technological advancement to that. There should be improvement. Like you should solve a problem. We might be using the same components which are already existing. We might we might be using the same components. How do we use it? How do we resolve it? If we are the first person to solve it, or if we are trying to reduce the cost of producing a technology, or if we are the process of making it, if you are trying to reduce the cost, all those would be considered as inventive steps. The first one is the idea should be new to the world. The second one is it should have an inventive step. For that we need to have a separate session for it to understand what is an inventive step. This is common process. Once you file a patent application, you will have publication. You need to apply for a request for examination. Then they will examine and they will give you a FER, and then we need to reply to that, and then they might grant. After grant, you got to maintain your application for 20 years. You need to pay fees. And suppose if you want to file in different countries, how do we file? These are the different types of filing. Either you can directly go to those countries, or you can file it using a PCT application. Suppose if you take a product, there are different kinds of protection for a single product. You can protect it as the technology, whatever you define can be protected as patent, and the brand of it can be protected as trademark, and the material which discusses how does it function or how to use all those materials which help customer to use will be protected as copyright, and the design or appearance of that product will be protected under industrial design. So a single product can have n number of multiple kinds of protections, IP protections. And this is one of the Indian startup which actually because of IP strategy, of course, because of other things also, but with proper IP strategy, this is an Indian company which actually grew up, and now it actually the value of the Zoho company is more than $1 billion, and it has more 60 patents till date, and most of them were granted. And this is SpaceX company. You know, everyone knows about this company, and they have 143 patents, and because of course they believed in research, and of course other strategies, marketing strategy, how do they brand, and where are they working, all this also help to increase the value of that company. But patents or IP strategy, because of proper IP strategy, they could survive, or they could maintain that monopoly in that industry. So this is one of these are some of the examples. If you have any other doubts, I can tell you.
Anyone again ask questions if they have any queries?
How long does it take to get a trademark?
1 year. The moment we apply for a trademark, if the trademark office doesn't have any objection, they will advertise that application for 120 days. And in that period, if nobody opposes your application, it will be granted. So normally it should take 6 months, but generally it would take minimum 1 year. For patents, it would take, on an average, if you go on a normal pace, it would take 2.5 years. But for startups and lady inventors, these days we are getting even within 1 year.
Thank you, Mr. Vijay Garu, for that enlightening session. Mr. Krishna Garu. Next on our agenda, we have two exciting idea pitches. The first idea pitch is by Eco Innovations India by Mr. M. Kumar, who will be presenting the presentation here. The pitch will be for 6 to 7 minutes, and the remaining time for 3 to 4 minutes will be for Q&A. A green card will be shown at 5 minutes and a red card at 6 minutes.
Good evening all. This Faru. My name is Suresh. I am from Vijayawada. I am graduated from Lakreddy Balreddy College of Engineering in 2019. From 4 years, I am into the different sectors of research for the different ideas regarding to startups in mechanical and agriculture, etc. And this is very short time for my presentation. These are the one of my 4 technologies that is not available in India. These are very rare technologies. And first thing is medicine technology. In recent years, we seeing the COVID-19. There is no medicine for this virus, prevention or cure. But there is two technologies in this world to make the medicine directly from the virus or bacteria or fungus or everything, every pathogen. The one thing is vaccination in allopathy. That is only for prevention. That takes very huge time for manufacturing and field trials or human trials. But there is another option in to make the medicine from virus. There is a no-so technology that is used in homeopathy pharmacopoeia. In India, these type of technology research centers are very rare. I am working as a 2 years of aquaculture technical consultant, and I face four problems in aquaculture. That is, one is white spot syndrome virus. For this virus, many countries are showing, many countries are spend their time nearly 5 to 10 years, but didn't made a medicine for it, or didn't made a perfect track for prevention also. But after my 2 years of research in my field trials, I use many herbal extracts or phytochemicals, some of the chemicals, and antibiotics also. But antibiotics are restricted in aquaculture. But there is no results I didn't get for prevention and control. But I find a way. There is a sure shot prevention for it. That is no-so technology. But in allopathy vaccination, that is only for prevention. But no-sots are, it can use prevention and cure, because it can made from directly from virus or directly from virus strains. It deactivates the pathogen effect by distillation or succussion or processing in nanoform. They didn't show any harmful effect on the living organism which attacked by the humans or plants or fishes or everything. And one of my scientists, he is from the Bombay. He was 20 years of experience in dealing with many types of viruses, bacteria, and etc. pathogens. He was he was the first scientist to make the corona nozole at the end of second COVID attack. He is the only one scientist in India. He make the medicine for COVID-19. The medicine was 66% efficient. It can be preventive and it can cure within a days without any side effects, without any harsh symptoms. It can be directly taken by the mouth, which can simply mix in water and taken by the mouth. And he can also make a medicine for HIV nosol, which is already in the homeopathy pharmacopoeia, which is very effective for HIV virus and HIV virus. And I am going to, this scientist was helping me for the research to make the medicine for white spot syndrome virus in aquaculture and some of the bacterial diseases in aquaculture, vibrio diseases, and some of the viral diseases in plants also, like mosaic virus, ring spot virus in papaya, and chili viruses in chili farms. There is no perfect prevention and treatment for, there is no perfect and prevention treatment for these viruses in aquaculture or agriculture or poultry also. There is a bird flu in poultry farming. There is no preventive. Many farm technicals are suggesting vaccines, but there no vaccine can prevent that bird flu disease. But homeopathy medicines are prevent that bird flu medicines very effectively. In our world, the homeopathy medicines can prevent any viral diseases. The only medicine we have, the homeopathy pharmacopoeia. The no-sots are the nurses we can manufacture, it can be perfectly prevent and cure the disease without any harsh symptoms. And second thing is, this is the motor technology which is not available in many countries. Which I have an idea. Why don't we use a four poles, four sides of a motor? After searching in Google, I found that company. This is the one of the only one company in the world which is we got a best invention award from US government for this making virus. You can see a chart at the left side. The motor produces high torque and power densities in all over the motors compared to axial technologies and radial technologies. Coming to India, there is four companies which are making axial motor technologies for EVs, electric vehicles. But most of the companies are making radial induction motors or synchronous motors, etc. But this motor gives high torque and power density within low weight, less weight. This is the video of testing, but and coming to the engine technology, this is a revolutionary engine technology, which was invented by Raffaello from US. Suppose we can we take the conventional engine technologies? There is a one power stroke in 2 revolutions of crankshaft. But this technology gives 16 power strokes in 1 revolution of crankshaft. You can see the image. The big engine was 1 ton 133 kgs. It gives 450 horsepower. But the left side engine was 68 kgs. It gives 800 horsepower. Without a turbochargers. If I use a turbochargers, it can be gives up to 950 horsepower. And I am modifying this technology without using petrol and diesel. I am using a castor oil to burn the castor oil to generate the power. I can get the more mileage compared to petrol and diesel, 25 to 30% more mileage compared to diesel, petrol and diesel. The invention of fuel injection system was invented by Shahid Basa from Andhra Pradesh. I am taking help from him. He got the first prize in NASA's idea competition in 2005. And this is the one of the revolutionary technologies which is not available in many countries in the world. The only country, Switzerland, and I think New Zealand has only country which have these technologies. This is called nanoflow cell technology. Without using an electric battery, without using a lithium-ion batteries or lithium phosphate batteries, without using any batteries, we can run an electric vehicle. We can run a power plant. Because batteries are a power saving devices. We can use the power from any time we want. But this technology, from salt water, we can generate the electricity wherever, whichever temperatures, without any side effects, harsh chemicals, or without any toxicity, without any flammables, and it can be recyclable also and completely eco. That is the only company in the world which can make the electricity from salt water. They make positive and negative electrolyte liquids, bi-ion electrolyte liquids. They can transfer to the nanoflow cell. They can generate the electricity. There is a membrane in the middle of the flow cell, which was made by the nanomaterials, which was highly precious materials that can generate electricity. The nanoflow cell efficiency was 90% efficient, and it was and the mileage of this car is 1000 greater. This is a sports car. The mileage of the car is 1000 kilometers. For 2 tanks, totally 400 liters of two electrolyte liquids, it can go through the 1000 kilometers range. In this world, many hydrogen technology or lithium-ion technology cannot reach that mileage in present scenario. Lithium-ion batteries are as possible as very dangerous. It can misfire in some of the recent days also. In before 4-5 weeks, the major company from I think Mahindra or Tata, some of the companies EV car was misfired in Bangalore. Some of the problem, but this technology has doesn't allow any fire, and it is completely eco-friendly. You can see the video. I have many videos for every technology, but there is no time. Bro, 5 minutes.
We are three.
Bro, 5 minutes. 1 minute.
No, that's not how this works.
So
Thank you.
we're also.
Thank you. Any queries?
You don't have time for that. You used up all your time.
Thank you. Now we have another startup idea pitch, Echo by Mr. Jeevan Sai.
Hello everybody, I'm Jeevan and I'm a final year undergrad at a university who studies some weird electrical stuff. And let us be starting our story with our story. Let us start the session with a story. Okay, this story goes like this. There is a guy named Teja. Teja is writing his resume one day. While he was writing his resume, he was filling out his details, his name, his details and everything. And there comes a section called projects, and poof, is gone. Everything is gone. His mind goes blank. Why did that happen? Because Teja couldn't find any projects that are relevant or he thinks strong enough to put in his resume. And from this is not only Teja who faces this problem. It's me, it's my friends, and everyone I think in this room has faced similar kind of situation. From this hardship comes the innovative idea of Echo, and our aim at Echo, firstly let's say who are we? We are currently a group of 3 members, and with the collective support of our class we are working on software that would help students to connect with the industry very easily. And coming to our aim, we want to break the conventional barrier of learning things from the book, this bookish learning and theoretical learning, and make it into a more practical approach, and we want to make it easier and friendlier as well. And coming to the solution, what we propose here is that we bridge the gap between the students and the industry. We are like a freelancing site which connects the students with the projects and rewarding them some rewards as well. Coming to how our company works, and this is pretty basic, simple actually. We have someone called clients and users, and clients basically give us projects. Like clients, let us say they are companies or maybe some individuals who are working on some kind of project. These are clients, they give us some projects and we showcase them on our platform, and this platform is accessible to the students who are our users, and these students will get to work on the project and they do their submissions. Many students work on the same project, they'll be submitting it, and we take this pool of submissions and give it to the client, and client can pick what the thing he needs, which project suits him the most, which student did he impress the most, and rewards will be given to him, and other students for participating will be given them something called as tokens or contribution tokens, which we'll be talking later. And coming to our business model, we don't charge much. We are charging only 3 ways. First thing is called the platform charge for the clients, in which the client had to pay some money, a minimal charge actually, to keep the project on the platform. And the second thing is called student withdrawal charge, which is generally when the student withdraws some money from their account, from Echo account to his account. And the third one, it is called a membership. It is actually for the clients. In order, this membership offers mainly 2 benefits. First thing is that pool filtering, and the second thing it's called anonymity, and we give us clients anonymity so that they can be unknown as well. And coming to why clients need to choose us. First thing is, we are like, let us say you're a company and you want you're a startup, let us say, and you want to choose us. Why choose us is here because you can hire interns from our site. You can like pick some student like who is more in rhythm with you, and you can take them as interns or as your apprenticeship and make him work. And second thing is, like, if you're a startup and most of the users in our platform are students, so as a student community is the next generation, right? Like the next generation workers are students currently. So if you are a startup and you are currently presenting it on our platform, students get to know about your company, right? They research about your company. So you get a broader exposure and a broader spectrum of students like who are interested in your company. And the third thing we provide is a cost-effective solutions. Like we can get products at a cheaper price, right? If you hire an professional, it can cost you more. And students nowadays can do everything, so it would be a cheaper price. And fourth advantage is that anonymity, which is by choice. And coming to our next slide, who are our competitors? And I consider myself as a this company as a freelance kind of thing. So if we look at current freelance work space or the market, we have only three sites. First thing, Fiverr. Second thing is Upwork, and the third thing is Onsite, I guess. And everything, like almost these three companies hold like 50% of the market share. This 50% market share, like it is a pretty competitive market right now. So in this competitive market, we don't think like we are low class or something. We want to carve our unique space because like we have something that they don't have. And if you look at current age of the freelancers working in the freelance space, it is basically most of like 80% of the people owns a undergraduate or a postgraduate degree. Now like these 20% of the people who don't own a degree, or like they let me say that as like they're studying. These 20%. Why do we need like why is the number so low? If we look into it, it is because that as a undergrad student or like as a student who is still studying, it is very hard to find your first job in freelancing sector. So like Echo solves this problem. And how are we different from our competitors? First thing is that our target audience are completely different. Like any freelance site work, like anyone can join us. Like, but we only generally, if you're a company, you would hire only a professional, right? So, but here at Echo, we don't we don't allow everybody. It is most basically for the students. We are like a community of students working together on a project. And second thing is empowerment through choice. Like if you're a company and you have given me a project, you get a pool of students, not like a single project. If you are given in a Upwork or something, you get one person to work on your project. But in here, like you get a pool of students and you get a choice to pick off from which one, like the best you think that suits you. And third thing is anonymity empowered. And users and clients as well, both of them are anonymity empowered. That is like clients, they can be anonymous, or they want to be seen, they can be. And companies through membership can do the same. And the fourth thing is equality and inclusivity. Like at Echo, like we don't care about your background or anything. Like if you have any certifications or anything. If you are a novice or an experienced learner, you come to Echo, you can do the same project. The only thing that matters is the output. So we don't care about your certificates or anything. And the last thing, it is for the users. It helps you in building your profile simultaneously. And what extra features do we offer? First thing is that your Echo profile will be linked to your GitHub and LinkedIn profiles. That means like if you complete a project in here, it can be directly injected into your GitHub repositories and as well as your LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn profile also gets something like I did this project in something, this thing, and everything like that. And second thing is that resumes. Your Echo profile will be your resume. You can share it directly. And third thing is that Rabble, it's a mini app actually. What it does, it curates into learning some new tech things and everything. It's like, let us say it's like a news or something, but it is an offline app. And the fourth thing is that hackathons and communities. We organize something called hackathons and communities, which helps students which encourages students to do more projects and engage them more into the platform. And the fifth and the final and the most important thing is that consumable tokens, that which will be offering for the students who did their projects, but couldn't get any rewards. These tokens are consumable. That means that they can redeem it for something students will be craving for, like Canva Pro subscription or Spotify Premium or maybe ChatGPT Pro or something like that, like what students actually need. This is it. If you have any questions, I'm ready to answer.
What will be your modus operandi to get clients? Have you competed with Fiverr engaging clients?
I'm sorry?
How will you compete with Fiverr engaging clients?
Yes, I get it. Like, it is already a competitive market space, right? I know, but as I said, like we offer something called something diverse called a pool of students. You know, like if you go to Fiverr and you like you just post a project and you will be seeing the bids, right? And if you see the bid, if you like the bid, you give it to the guy who bid at least and like your needs. But you don't get like a pool of students to work on a project, right? In here, what happens is if you give a project on our platform, everyone will be submitting their response. And the one that matches your rhythm, you can just reward them. Like you don't need to waste your money. Alright, like it is a different thing. Like our target audience are firstly different.
As a client, I would like to have a professional working on my project rather than a student.
Yes, I agree that. Like if you're a company, you would think that. But the thing is like you get diversity first of all, and they have creativity. And I know there are professionals who don't know like AI or something, but a student who knows AI can do much better, right? This is an AI world, and they can do more better things and projects, right? Like I know as a company, it is hard to choose between Fiverr and thing like they choose Fiverr over this. But if you're a startup or like and Fiverr charges you a little bit more as well. Like they don't skilled professionals don't do it like for a cheaper price, right? We offer a smaller price and smaller projects.
What's the time criteria? Because in Fiverr we'll have certain time criteria.
Yeah. Here we also have a certain time criteria as well. Like we projects. Let us say you are a project and you want it to be done in 10 days. We submit the project and it will be displayed on the platform, and the reward will be mentioned in here. Like interested students will be submitting their submissions. Like you'll get a pool of students. Like let us say 10 members applied. You get the 10 submissions, and I'll show it to you. You get to pick the one. Like after 10 days, you get to pick the one that suits you. That's simple as that.
Do you reward everyone?
Yes. The company rewards only the one that he likes, but every submission is rewarded by tokens, contribution tokens. As I said, like they can be redeemed for something like Canva Pro or something. They're goodies.
Are you charging anything from the student?
Sir, only we have withdrawal charges. Like this money what they earn, it will be in Echo account, and after a certain time when they withdraw, I'll be charging them.
Second question I have is like thinking that I am a person who has been the project. So my challenge is the objective of me posting a job or a work in that portal is I need something productive to come out from the student.
Yes.
The quality of the work is very important. So that is my first objective. So I give it. They are saying that student will be able to give me that right quality.
Yes.
I agree to that. But say like hundreds of students have done the same work. Now my challenge is I have to review hundreds of projects.
Okay.
So do you
Yes,
have
sir.
any
Yes, sir. We have a solution called how do we become overpooling. Like let us say a project got like so many submissions, and this overpooling solution is based on something called like let us say we take 5 factors, like 3 for coding things like the backend things, and 3 for the something called front end things. The first challenge is the proof of work. Like whenever I want let us say I'm a student and I want to do a project, your project let us say, and if I want to enter the project, I'll be taking a quiz, a little quiz, like that matches the project description and everything, like the languages needed or the software needed or the skill set required. They'll play a quiz and they'll play a quiz. Like it won't take much time, like 3 minutes let us say. It happens, and we will sort like the unnecessary bots and everyone who doesn't know the softwares. First thing is gone. And second thing is a code checker. Let us say I'm a backend developer. Let us say your project is also about backend, and I am able to enter your project, and I wrote the code. And after I write the code will be checked, and its time complexity, space complexity, and how good the code, how optimized the code is, it will be analyzed. Accordingly, we'll sort them. That is called what we offer for the premium customers, filtering, pool filtering. That is the feature we have. And the last one, in case your even though like the code is even though optimized but similar, what we do in that situation, we do readability checking. what readability checking does is that if you use comments correctly, it will check for comments that describes what the function does. Like someone who's a geek will know about it, like readability of a code. So we'll know about the readability of a code and we'll able to filter them easily. And coming to something creative like a website or something that is visible, front end, that is visible to us, we'll do it using our algorithm, something called creative survey. What creative survey does is that, let us say I already got 5 submissions and now 6th one is coming. Now 6th one will be asked which rate the following 5, like already submitted 5 according to your scale. They'll be rated accordingly and an algorithm will be applied. For every other submission it does, like they need to do a survey, creative survey. And that survey will sort it. Like I don't think I need to explain the algorithm as well right now, but does that. And testing tools as well, like Selenium does it, like whether the code works or not, everything, testing tools, we test it. That's simple.
All this should be automated.
Yes, mostly.
The challenge lies there.
Challenge, yeah, I don't think this is a challenge, but you know, like Zapier, it does it easily.
Because you're only charging from the client.
Yes,
not from the student.
yes, the business model is pretty bad, I know, but
All these are licensed tools.
yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for pitching your ideas here. That was an innovative session. As we near the end of our session, I would like to announce that we will be having an open mic session. This is an opportunity for all members of the audience to share their innovative ideas and thoughts. We welcome anyone with ideas to step forward and contribute to the discussion. However, I kindly remind everyone to maintain a respectful environment during this session. Let's ensure that expressing their ideas feels supported and encouraged. Constructive feedback that fosters confidence and growth is greatly appreciated. The stage is yours. If anyone have any ideas or who want to share their ideas, you guys are welcome. All ideas are welcome.
Good evening, everyone. I am Praveen from GVPCE. I participated in the SH competition. It had given the problem statement, a drone-based surveillance for the vessels playing in the port areas. For that, I have done a solution. I have made.
Okay, problem statement is 2 parts. Cochin Port.
Yes, sir. Cochin Port. Yes, sir.
One is land survey for which is for encroachment and usage, and 2 is the sea line, sea coastline, the survey for vessels and tracking of vessel movement.
Yes, sir.
So I'm just trying to, because I've seen those problem
Yes,
statements.
sir. And the third point is that we have to create a management console for the port authorities. So my idea is that I have prepared a drone which is like autonomous. You can control it by autonomous or also by pilot. And I have made a Raspberry Pi for that. But because in port areas there will be large cranes and structures, so that the drone will be autonomously avoiding the obstacles, and also it will be helpful for the pilot in order to control the drone. And next also, for the tracking of the vessels, we have created a model like that. Means in port areas there will be large ships, cargo ships, and also small boats. The idea is to track every individual boat and also keep on tracking, and we have to show in the user management control system. For that, I have a general idea that the live video will be transmitted to both the operator and also to the AWS cloud platform. For that, there will be cloud processing. Therefore, live video transmission will be generating images. From the images, every boards will be acting as a bounding boxes, and if the bounding box threshold level, confidence level is greater than threshold level, will be keep on tracking. And also during these boats, the different boats like shipping boat, like fishing boats, and other tourism boats, and also the cargo ships. They identify with the flags. They have flags, and also they have codes, like which is Visakhapatnam V, and also the number. Our system will be tracking those numbers and will be checking with the database whether it is the same boat is also in the database or not. If it is a foreign ship or not. If it is a foreign ship, that will be sent to the management console system also. And also we have for the railway show stoppers, because ports they will be nearby airports. So we cannot fly a drone if any aircraft is passing above the port. So there will be a showstopper, and also during cyclones or weather system. In oceans, the wind speed is very high, and we cannot decide the weather. And also for that, the drone has a special control system, flight controller. It will be stable even there is a turbulence in the air. And also under using of frequencies, we are also working on that. That's it, sir. Any questions on that? Please.
I have few questions actually. Like first of all, what is the size of the boat you are trying to do the when you do the surveillance? What is the size of the boat you want to know detect it? Because there's something like fishing vessels and boats are going to be very difficult. And the second one is like, no, you're talking about the database, certain vessels which won't be there in the database even if it's from India, and even something like naval vessels will never get from the database.
Yes,
And even if less than 24 meters or some certain length of the ship, it's not required to have a part of the INO registration also. That's the second point. And the third point is what do you call that? So you talked about okay, how far you want to go ahead with just to the shore?
So it's based upon the port day limit. While considering the common shipment, we will be talking to port authorities. They'll give their areas, and also limit we will be putting in the database.
Okay, very close to the port. Right?
Yes, very close. For the Cochin port, this is 7.5 kilometers, sir.
And why you want to have the tracking of the each object?
Because first one is encroachment, sir. In port areas only, not only the government ports are there, but also the private ports also will be there. Now the private ships also will be there. You can know that Mumbai attack happened due to the intruders, for the safety purpose and the security purpose.
There probably I feel you might be able to use something like particle filter based prediction or something, because it's not only just a tracking. If possible, you should be able to predict how the objects are moving in much ahead. So then I think that might be helpful. Like multi-object tracking.
Yeah. From a solution perspective, I think I was there when I was analyzing this. I was there
Yes,
all
sir,
night.
yes, sir. You are
So
there.
again, I will come back to the same old this thing. With a drone, you cannot probably cover all that area, and this is real time. Have you seen a flight radar stuff online? All the global flights that you can see where are
Yes, sir. Say how it will be.
what's the technology? You have an idea?
No, no.
Largely GIS and geotracking. If that, based on the object that you identify, and then you are able to track it. See, I think you'll have to go beyond this thing. Two is, are you going to do a satellite-based tracking? One, because India has now navigation satellites all over, and they'll be able to do that. One. Two is, because it's multi-place and it's not 7 kilometers one line. It is a large square kilometer area in a port, and it is land plus port. And if it's 7.5 kilometers, just one drone going, coming, how long? Because you continuously, real-time monitor the movement. So other things is, people have started talking about solutions using floating buoys, where you have sort of LoRaWAN mesh network, which is keeping a track of the whole thing, or towers, floating towers, which can keep a track of the whole port. So think a little bit beyond drones, because drones are still, it's okay for doing your land encroachment and land surveys, not the sea side of things. I don't think with 7.5 kilometers, that's one straight line. Think of a diagonal.
we have to use swarm of drones. That will be advised. for us.
That is too much. Again, don't, another again you think a little bit outside box. Floating, I said floating towers.
Yes.
No drone at all. Yeah, so you have to think a little bit different.
One suggestion, sir. So you are
Sir,
discussing
sorry,
about
sir, we'll discuss it
just one
offline, sir.
suggestion. Yeah. You are suggesting about object detection using drones, right?
Yes.
So one major problem is you're not targeting only the sea, but even the port. So there will be a lot of ships which are already docked. And another thing is the jetty area and all. Say if for example a crane is there on the jetty, it detects like a ship. So I'm telling this from real time experience.
Drone is not a solution. That's what last time I was telling you online.
We have one more chance for another open mic idea. If anyone have any idea. Good evening everyone. I'm Vendeja. I'm also classmate of Jeevan Sai, who presented ECHO previously. My idea is not an idea actually. It's a thought of me. Last year I visited Rushkonda beach. Then while we go to beach, we just want to swim in the beach, ocean, right? Then while I'm swimming, I can get so much of waste, plastic waste around me, which is somewhat disgusting for me, even for me. Then some thoughts came in my mind, like, did anyone watch Ben 10 during your childhood?
I do. Even
In one of the season, you get a robot like it will just clean the ocean. Like it will be selected some area, it will clean that place, and it will dump it at one place, so that ocean cleaning agents might be helpful for them to clean it easily. This is the idea of me, like just using this presentation, sir. So let us say I'm appointing some robots. It might be like a pulley in a showroom like Spencer's, etc. You know pulley, right? It might be in the shape of a pulley, and there might be robots like 10 or 20 robots. Let's talk about Vizag city. It is appointed to clean this much of area. The area of presentation. Okay, I'm going to appoint one robot for this small area which covers the box of Ahab, and each robot will be given with some boxes of areas, such that every robot will be provided with two types of batteries. One battery is a backup battery, and one battery is for working to make it work. Okay. I want to train AI so that it will just capture the images. Okay. One thing, it is not over water, and also it is not underwater. It is just floating through water. Some part of it might be above water, some part of it might be below water. It is not a submarine, it is not a boat. It is just going to float on the water. Okay. Some part of it. Okay. Let's say if there is a problem in the machine, and is stuck in this point in this point. Okay, and the service center is in this point. Okay, that's why I have given the backup power, such that the backup power is such that it can go from this point to this point. And if if the robot is in this location, I'm going to take the largest distance. Okay, not the smallest distance. I'm going to take the largest distance, such that I can provide the energy sufficient to go from that particular position to the backup power.
Okay, questions? Can we ask
Any
questions?
questions?
Even if you're talking only tourist spots that you want to.
Not only tourist spots.
Everywhere. You know how much cost it would be to put it in
just
900 odd kilometers across India, because it floats all over the place. Think of a different way to look at the sources of these things that or floating plastic or something that gets floating plastic. What even the outside whatever is tank that you said, that's also single-use plastic, which is your Almiram packets and all that. Nobody talks about it. So one thing, as per research, 94 or 93, 94% is not of the pollution is coming from the city through the drainage system. It's not what people eat and throw in the sea. So, and that doesn't go into the sea, it's only in the sand. So instead of trying to have every coastline covered with multiple robots and all that stuff, which is again some issues of things moving around, can you think of wherever the drainage system is entering into the rivers, into the sea, can you pick up everything from there before it enters as a preventive stuff rather than once after it gets into the sea, trying to do this? Just a different thought. That's it.
I will try.
Go ahead.
Thank you all for participation in today's meeting. We encourage you to share your thoughts and suggestions on how we can further improve these meetings. Your feedback is greatly appreciated and will be taken into consideration as we endeavor to make each subsequent event even better. And we have a few announcements. First, we have Indian Institute of Petroleum and Energy is having a Technofest next weekend. I request the IIP team to announce the details.
Hello, good evening, aspiring entrepreneurs. So I am here to present before you a very interesting competition, and it's kind of a niche to you because you all are having too many ideas, and this speech battle event is just for you people who have ideas and want to maybe check their ideas, learn what to do next. We are not doing it for big startups because we are not providing big fundings, but with the tremendous help of Ravi sir and Srinivas sir, we have been able to pull it off, that we can provide you celebratory prizes of 25k cash prize, where the first prize is for 12,000, second team prize is for 8,000, third is for 5,000. So bring out all your ideas and how can you build up a company on that idea. We have this two-stage competition where we'll be filtering out your ideas on the basis of your answers. The first stage will be in a documented form where you will be answering some question regarding your total addressable market, your vision, what do you think about your sector, and how your company can evolve in future. And on that basis, we'll be selecting final 10 people who will be able to present before the panel of jury members who can guide you in future if you are really interested and if you are really capable. So when I was starting my journey in this area, I didn't have any guidance. So if you are just starting out or you wish to start out, this is a platform which I would have aspired for if I was in the place of yours. So it's just a week away. Our deadline for the first stage is 9th of the October. But since all of you are in Vizag, you don't need any train ticket or plane ticket to come here. We can extend it to 11th of October for only AU people, not for anyone else. So we want most of the participation in this. We don't have, we won't be able to generate 25k or 70k from this event. So we won't be generating revenue for this event. We are just trying to bring up most of the people, network them together, and if possible, some of the ideas can spark in that event. So share it to your friends, and coming and being an audience does not take any fees from. We are not charging to be an audience or spectator. You can come and join. One more thing I'd like to add, that even if you are not selected for finals, the people, those who will be there at finals will be very good people, and you can learn from them. We have got responses from IIM Kashipur, IIM Mumbai, New Niti Mumbai, IIM Rohtak, IIM Lucknow, NITs, IIT Kharagpur. So if you are competing with those minds, and even if you qualify for the finals, it will be a major boost. It would have been for me if I was competing in the competition, and it would have been tough for you if I was competing. So one place is vacant for you all. Please do apply. Here is my number. If you can If you want.